excited. Left the office 2 hours early on a Tuesday. Took the train to this place I'd heard about in Midtown. Inside, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was a lot. Smell of leftover sweat on the leather. Muffled sound of some poor bastard down the hall getting berated. Paperwork. Like literally checking boxes next to taboo desires I don't actually have. Foot fetish, medical play, jeez. Past a couple other customers, white dudes,
Probably about
dim
2
red
miles
lights.
long, this causeway
They
and
looked
bridge.
me up and down like I couldn't possibly be into this stuff too. Even here. This woman with a vaguely European name and accent shut the thick wooden doors and started in with the humiliation, barking at me to kneel. I paid for the session up front. Felt real enough, but nothing else was. This woman couldn't possibly be this angry. I mean, I just got here. She just got me down on my knees when there was a knock at the door. The mistress was called out into the hallway to deal with some dungeon-related clerical issue, so she left me there. No explanation, no sorry, I'll be right back. I wasn't alone. She was right outside, squabbling with the house mistress. But the point is, she wasn't paying attention to me. I was there, but I wasn't considered important enough to be considered. Felt somehow great. I felt like it didn't matter what I had to say or what I did next. She'd come back when she decided to come back, and that was it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was like being reminded that the world would just keep going on without me, that I was nothing, that I was weightless.
Columbia River.
Man, that might sound dark to some people,
Columbus.
but I don't know. Me,
I was going to say, it's like Columbia.
I was into it.
Columbia's up by
That's it. On a pervert origin story. No gamma radiation, no meteor shower, just me in a room, powerless and forgotten. And just like anything else that feels good to you and seems weird to other people, there's a whole cottage industry dedicated to it. After only a minimal amount of research on the topics of abandonment, fetish, and neglect fantasy, I found myself nervously browsing online for phone sex workers who would. My will disappeared into the silence between us. I breathed easier. It's funny. I spent my whole life working twice as hard to show the next man that I'm at it, only to reach a place where I was happy being utterly beside the point. Progress is weird. Someone else spoke. Someone else in the room with Cassie that I hadn't realized was there. Some guy. I almost laughed into the phone. I should have recognized the question right away. What do you want me to say? I asked somebody the same thing in the same tone less than a year ago, and again 6 or 7 months before that. What do you want me to say? It's never actually a question, is it? Cassie had apparently answered my call while in the middle of a fight with some guy and decided to take it anyway, because that's our deal. Whatever happens, I listen. And so I heard the guy say that he thought she was being stubborn, and that was obviously something they needed to talk about. She insisted that they were talking. They were talking right now. There was a long pause, and then he said her name, her real name. And I thought to myself, that doesn't sound right. I prefer Cassie. Cassie let the phone hang by her side, and I felt like a kid trying to make sense of his parents' argument. But the gist of the conversation was that Cassie was planning to go away this weekend with some friends. These friends included an ex-boyfriend of hers. Cassie insisted she had no intention of hooking up with him, but he was still an important part of her life. The guy was not at all okay with this plan. There was some pleading, cross-talking, and a lot of shouting. And at one point, a door slammed, and I stood up, alone in my own apartment. And then it was over. Hello. Did you hear all of that? She asked. Her voice was low and hoarse. She'd been crying. Yeah, I said. Are you okay? Let me ask you something, she said, taking one of those deep, shaky breaths. If you love someone, you know they love you, no question, wouldn't you just trust them? Of course, I said, because that's the answer I wouldn't want to hear. Are you just saying that to get me to stop crying? She asked. I suddenly became aware of all the heavy things in my apartment. The furniture, the TV, the desk stacked with bills, and the phone That's sweet, she said. You could have hung up a long time ago.
Whale.
Don't worry about it.
There's a whale there.
I'm not giving you a refund, she said. I had to laugh. We talked for another 20, 25 minutes after that. And I mean, we did actually talk.
Serious.
And then a doctor's appointment. And then something at her kid's school. Something else we also had in common. But that she'd be around in the middle of next week for another session. After we hung up, I sat down at my desk, went online, found Cassie's Amazon wish list. Picked out something tasteful, sexy, but not too provocative. I sent it to Cassie. 2-day delivery.
I think this is a bit more than 2
Next
miles.
week, I booked a session with someone else. Someone I didn't know.
Isn't that interesting? It's a very interesting story.
Joanne Messick, reading a short story by one of our producers, Neil Drumming. The two of them, by the way, made a feature film a few years back called Big Words.
So we know what he likes to get up to.
Starred. It's on
He
iTunes
didn't
and
want to be
Amazon
with
Prime.
Cassie anymore because he knew her now and he knew her personal life and he liked her. He wanted a dominatrix he didn't like. Oh no. These are big vast areas, aren't
So we close out our show today with this last story, a true story of an unadventurous explorer. The rapper Aesop Rock grew up in New York and lived in cities most of his life.
This is much
A few years ago, he decided he was going to pack up his gear and move to the country, into an actual barn to work on music. So there he is, writing lyrics, making beats in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by unfamiliar stuff, including wildlife. And he has thoughts about it.
Warm cider, barn full of spiders, orange moon, starry night, particle exciters, in a pageant rivaled only by the origin of fire. Now at an organism from alternative environs, a dozen
Entering Washington.
in the thicket, to see a neophyte get sliced in a ribbon. So here to pick lights of each other and assimilate. Duck a suit, troubleshoot his moody user interface. And sucker who the fully disengaged. Floaters only vanishing point away from the picture frame. Go to where the radio trails off and people catch rabies on the way to their mailbox under a sideways rain, cornering the briar still pull a broadsword from a hoarded synthesizer. Nap in a hole in a tree. Cat leaving bowls at my feet. Talking Master P. Memory foam, everything.